Hey everyone, we are live at 5. It is Thursday, August 16th. I'm Paul Wontorek.
And I'm Beth Stevens.
And over there is Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
And hey Beth, who is our guest today?
I'm so excited because we have Tony winner
Yes.
Lindsay Mendez of CAROUSEL.
Yes! Fly Girl Forever.
Love her.
Hashtag Fly Girl Forever. We're going to talk to her about Carousel, which is ending its run on Broadway, as we've been talking about. But
Yeah.
first, today's top 5.
We found out who's going to be saying it's showtime in the spooky new musical.
So spooky.
Is that a Beetlejuice reference?
I guess.
Yeah, it is.
You've seen the
promise.
trailer?
It's like the only Tim Burton movie I don't really know that well. But I'm going to watch it next week.
Yeah, we're going to have a little movie fest. We're talking about Beetlejuice's pre-Broadway run at Washington, D.C.'s National Theater in October. And this is, of course, where Mean Girls had its start.
Right.
We have some casting news. Tony nominee Alex Brightman.
Yes, another former Broadway.com vlogger.
We only
What was
let
his vlog
bloggers-
called? Flyboy? Fly? What was it called?
It was called...
You're in the band?
No, it
You're in
was
the band?
called
Band-
Hard...
Hard Rock Life. Hard Rock
Give me a
Life.
second.
This is like a game.
Yeah, and
Remembering vlog names.
I wish I'd written that down. So he will play Beetlejuice, which of course Michael Keaton played in the movie.
Amazing.
And Sophia Ann Caruso, young actress who made her Broadway debut in Blackbird in a secret role.
And
will
she
be
was in
playing-
the David Bowie musical. She was fantastic.
At
Yeah.
the New York Theater Workshop. Don't ask me. Lazarus.
Lazarus, thank you.
Lazarus.
Okay, my brain is coming together here. She will play Lydia. Winona Ryder played that role
Yeah.
in the movie.
Edgy teen girl.
Edgy teen girl.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that.
I mean, I'm hearing so much buzz. People aren't really talking about Beetlejuice yet, but I'm hearing a lot of
Now
buzz.
they are.
So when do we get to see it? November.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
And a popular play is making its return off Broadway.
The other Josh Cohen.
Oh,
I just
that
like
one.
saying it like
Yeah,
that.
that's fun to
The other
say.
Josh Cohen is a musical, and it has been done before off Broadway, right? David
Yes.
Rosmer and Steve Rosen, who are hilarious, wrote and co-star in it.
Yes, why are you
Right?
looking at me like
Well,
that?
because I'm just trying to remember. Hunter Foster is the director. It's coming back to the West Side Theater. It's a limited run, but it's a long limited run.
Yeah.
October 26th through February 24th, 2019. That's a nice, long, juicy run.
good.
They did it at Paper Mill a couple years ago. It was off Broadway, and they did it again. It is the story of Josh Cohen, who can't get a break. He's single, broke, and his apartment's been robbed of everything but a Neil Diamond CD. His luck takes a turn. I love these plot descriptions.
They're fun.
His luck takes a turn when a mysterious envelope arrives that changes his life forever. Go see it.
Oh, like a little commercial. Thanks,
Yeah.
Paul.
And a well-known musical is getting a revamp in London.
Okay, I'm really excited about this. The Men Your Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Look at me like this.
Yeah.
It's doing
You're-
Fiddler on the Roof.
You're excited. There's
I'm
always a new
excited.
fiddler.
Trevor Nunn is directing
Yeah.
it. That's the exciting part. So,
Is Jackie Hoffman playing Yenta or not? She is right now.
I mean, she is in the Yiddish Fiddler.
Yes.
The Yidfid. So we all know Trevor Nunn. I don't have to give you his bio. If you don't know who Trevor Nunn is, I'm sure you're not watching
Do you
this.
think Jackie Hoffman emailed all her friends trying to find Trevor Nunn's email?
Yeah, I think she did, and she got little carrier pigeon. The production begins previews on November 23rd with opening night set for December 5th, and there's no casting yet, but we'll also play a long limited engagement since you brought it up through
Right.
March 9th, 2019. Oh, they're all getting ready. They're all
Fiddler.
getting
Who
ready.
doesn't
We're all
love
getting
Fiddler?
ready.
I love Fiddler.
And new kids are joining the class at a magical school.
That was basically the whole story. So Puffs
Pretty much.
is the off-Broadway hit inspired by a certain film franchise that also inspired a Tony-winning double-part play, Harry Potter. Welcome to the cast, Reginald Keith. It's a big hit off-Broadway.
Yeah.
Reginald Keith Jackson, Anna Dart, Alex Haynes, Sonia Mania, and Harry Waller. They all start August 20th, and happy first show.
And Rodeo Drive is arriving on Broadway tonight.
That's right.
Baby.
Happy. Oh, thank you.
You can't just say Rodeo
Rodeo Drive, baby.
Oh, sorry.
Like
Baby.
Orphan.
Orphe. Oh, you did a little Orphe. Happy opening to Pretty Woman, starring Andy Carl and Samantha Barks, and of course Orphe.
Orphe. And
Eric Anderson,
Jason
Tommy
Daniele,
Bracco.
Tommy, yeah.
Lots of great people. Jerry Mitchell directed and choreographed. Brian Adams and Jim Blance wrote the music. It's opening night. So
We have a lot of features.
we have a lot
Orphe
going
was
on.
on Show People. We have a fun feature with Samantha Barks and Andy Carl that's going live any minute.
Any
Click
minute.
off here. Not yet. Not until after we're done. Anyway, yeah, and it's opening night. It's a big party.
It's a big Broadway musical.
The summer season is finally over, Beth.
Get
been
ready
a
for
busy
fall.
summer on Broadway.
Busy
Has,
summer.
unusually. Yes.
Now, before we go, before Lindsay comes in, I just want to say I saw a fantastic production of La Cage aux Folles at Woodstock Playhouse in Woodstock, New York, which is not where the concert happened. It's where it was supposed to happen.
Oh.
You got to rent the Jonathan Groff movie and find out more about that. Anyway, it was fantastic. So I just want to give them a shout out. This is their final weekend. Kyle Van Zant played Alban and Blake West plays George. And also, you guys, I saw this little show you may have heard of, Moulin Rouge. It's playing in Boston.
You're saying a
I
lot
bought
of
the
French.
mug. Both these shows closed this weekend. So you got La Cage in the Catskills. You got
Oh,
Moulin Rouge
in
in Boston.
Boston.
Hot tip, a lot of people are thinking Moulin Rouge is going to be on Broadway in a couple months.
Not in a couple
It's
months.
coming to Broadway, but you're going to have to wait a little bit. So if you're anywhere near Boston, try to see it this weekend. It was fantastic, and everyone's going to be talking about it. That's it.
That's
I just had to
true.
get those plugs in.
Good job.
They weren't sponsors. Those are just genuine plugs.
Hashtag
Beth, thank
not
you so
spawn.
much. We have a Tony winner here.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
Okay. Hey, Caitlin, tell us more about Lindsay.
Of course. We have Lindsay Mendez in the studio with us today. She's the newest person to win a Tony for Best Featured Actress in a Musical for her wonderful performance as Carrie Pipperidge in Carousel. Her past Broadway productions include Wicked, Grease, Everyday Rapture, Godspell, and Significant Other. She's a two-time Broadway.com vlogger, hashtag Flygirl, and Carrie Diaries. And she's also a two-time Broadway.com Audience Choice Award winner. So we love her, and so do you guys. Be sure to follow her on social media at Lindsay Mendez and leave all your questions in the comments down below. Everyone, please welcome Paul and Lindsay.
What's up, Fly Girl? I'm sorry, I'll stop. How
It's
you
okay.
doing?
I'll always be a fly girl, Paul.
Yeah, you're a Tony winner.
Yes,
Are you kidding
that
me?
too,
Are you
yes.
kidding me? It's Tony winner, Lindsay Mendez. How the heck are you?
Oh, I'm so good.
Yeah?
I'm really great. Yeah, it's been an awesome summer.
Yeah, how's life after you win a Tony?
Completely different. Everything's changed.
Everything's changed. The commute, the walk to work is different.
Well, I don't walk anymore. I'm carried. No,
Ariana
it's
Grande.
actually exactly the same. I have that little statue at my house, which is very fun. But yeah, I'm just really enjoying the run of Carousel. It's nice. We kind of opened, and then right away were the Tony nominations and everything kind of all happened
Yeah.
at once. So I think it was nice once all that was done to just kind of enjoy the run and a lot of people have come, and it's been a blast.
I love this show. I talk about how much I love Carousel a lot on Live at 5 and elsewhere. If you see me on the street, I'll tell you.
Yes.
I loved it. I remember when you first got cast, I was like, you're in Carousel. I'm very excited. What is it, this music? First of all, the music is just sort of, and I've been listening to your cast recording, by the way. You guys listen to the cast recording.
Yeah.
What is it like to live in that music every night? I mean, even just the Carousel Waltz.
Yeah,
opening
it's
number.
unbelievable. I still close my eyes and listen to it even backstage and off stage, and it's just there's something really magical and I don't know. I want to say whimsical about it. It just kind of takes you away.
Yeah.
And to get to sing it as well. I mean, the lyrics are so incredible, and just all the finely crafted story moments. It's so easy to do. It's phenomenal.
People have spoken a lot about, and you have too, about how this role, Carrie Pipperidge, has allowed you to sort of show other sides of yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's very different than Elphaba, very different than Dogfight.
Yes.
And the singing and the legit voice that comes out of you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had to fight in your career to get to that opportunity?
Well, to be honest, this opportunity, I don't even think I knew that I wanted or thought that I could, do or achieve. I think that when I first got here, I knew that, I wasn't going to be seen as a leading lady or, I never saw anyone else who really looked like me doing that. So I kind of knew that I would have to start really small and just say like, oh, hey, I'm like the fun girl with the big voice. And that would at least like get my foot in the door. And then as the years kind of went on, people started to kind of open up the opportunity for me to show other parts of myself. And this kind of felt like, something that I didn't even really trust I could do all the way. But the creative team really, they thought I could and believed in me. And I'm so, so grateful for it.
Your Tony speech was amazing.
Thank you.
It was fantastic. It was so emotional. And
It
so
was
beautiful and
very
so
emotional.
important. It felt like you thought about it a bit ahead of time.
I did. I definitely, you want to think about it. They give you, when you're at the Tony luncheon, they're like, you have 90 seconds from the time they announce your name. and it feels you feel so much pressure to thank everyone you've ever met.
Yeah.
And but they said don't do that. They said really try and focus on more than the singular names. Like focus on something that matters to you. And so I did think about it. I talked with my husband about it the night before. But also when you win, everything goes out of your head and out the window because you can't believe that that's happening. And I don't know, the room was so full of love. I felt so much love from the audience that night. It was unbelievable. I just thought, wow, I've been here a long time. Like I know a lot of these people, and it just felt like everyone really was proud of me and excited for me, and it felt so genuine. And I don't know, I just felt so lucky to be like a part of this industry.
Well, you're a really good person, and you deserve it.
Thanks,
And you have, honestly, like you've done so many fantastic things, and you're a good person, and we like that.
Thank you.
Like
You'll
that.
get your money at the end.
But you're right. You do. You go through sort of the moments of your career, and it's rare that you have those larger moments where you sort of see what the cumulative effect of all of that is.
100%. Yeah, and I think I realized like, oh wow, like I always preach, to my students and to anyone who asks, what would you tell yourself to do or blah, blah, blah. And I always say like, be kind and, like lead with your heart. And I felt in that night, I was like, this is why you do that, because these things mean so much more. And people really do genuinely want the best for each other in this business. It's not the like catty, smash TV show that we all, you know what I mean?
Right.
People think it can be at all.
You talked about your students. So let's talk about your Actors Therapy, right?
Actor Therapy.
Actor Therapy. You do it how often, and you've been doing it even though you've been in Carousel?
I have,
So talk a bit about that and what it sort of brings to your life.
Well, we actually just finished.
Who's we?
Ryan Scott Oliver,
Yes,
amazing composer extraordinaire, and my best friend.
Whose husband, by the way, is Matthew Murphy, who does our incredible Gotta Dance
incredible
photo series and other
photo
things
series.
for us. Yeah. Day in the Life, including with Lindsay Mendez.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, I've done so many BWay.com features. So Ryan and I, we just finished a big summer intensive where we did 2 weeks of college prep with students 15 to 18, and then we did 2 weeks of New Yorker Bust with students 18 to I think 28 years old, and that was really amazing. We just it was all day, every day intensive, focusing on how to really like market yourself in this business, and obviously like strengthen all of your skills, acting class, dance, voice, interpretation of song, master classes every day. They got headshots with Matt Murphy. It was just, it was an awesome 4 weeks. It was really amazing. And I got to work with them pretty much every day except Wednesdays when I had a matinee. But
they came to see Carousel.
They did. They came to see Carousel, which was super cool. So yes, we just finished that, and then we'll start our fall session, which is just our normal actor therapy sessions, which are like 5 weeks, once a week. Those start up again the second week in September. And I've been teaching a little bit in the afternoons, so I'm looking forward to getting back into class a little bit more. I really, really love it. I had so many mentors and people to help me when I first got here, and still do, honestly. So to get to be that for people who are just kind of starting their careers is something that I just really believe in and is important to me. And I learned so much from watching my students work and from taking apart material. And I find it's so stimulating and so fun. And then to celebrate their successes, to cheer them on when they don't get something, like to keep them going. It's just work I really am passionate about.
I know that the students want to do the program, but do you also have to talk like a lot with parents? And
well, college.
How do they sort of get involved in it? And what's the website? And how do people find out about?
Oh well, with college prep, we definitely like keep the parents informed. But it really, by the time you're thinking about pursuing this for college, like you kind of have to be taking the reins. You know what I mean? Like because it's just such a competitive field that I don't think any parent can want it for their child. Right. But you could find out, we're doing a winter intensive as well in January, and we have classes ongoing all the time. You can find out info at actortherapynyc.com. That's actor therapy, not actors, no S.
Right, which I said wrong, by the way.
Paul.
Like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I should have known. Let's talk about Carousel. So Carousel is ending its run on September 16th. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
I will be back. I love that show.
Please come back.
How's the company feeling about the run ending? And
I think we all, we've absolutely had the greatest experience working on this show together. The cast is just so close and wonderful, and our experience of doing it was really just first rate. We're so proud of the show, and I think it's felt like a really kind of full circle, complete experience for us. Renee Fleming is. She was going to wrap up her run because she had concert dates later in the fall, and we start to after in a show for a while, like you start to lose ensemble members and things start happening, and the show, it of course like keeps going, but there's something nice about kind of ending it when we can all be together. We all started it together, and so to get to really like celebrate this run and finish it in the middle of September, I think is we're all feeling really great about it, and just proud of what we made, and that so many people have been moved by it, and that also for me personally, just the fact that so many young people have come to see it and been exposed to Carousel, and I just have so many young people all the time be like, I don't connect to classic musical theater, and it's like, so I think it was so important for Joshua and Jesse and I to do this and to say, no, you can. And all they needed was to see that we were in it. And then that all of a sudden like cracked it open for them. And I'm really proud that I got to be a part of that.
Yeah. Fantastic co-stars. Jesse Mueller, Joshua Henry,
the greatest.
Damiani, all Tony nominees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Any favorite moments from the creation of this production, from rehearsal, or I know, and it changed a lot during. There was a lot of sort of questions about what version of Carousel should be done today. Yeah. There were some script changes, and I feel like some numbers. Jesse told me that What's Use of Wondering was like staged so many different times.
A million different times. Those were all great moments. I mean, it was so cool to kind of. We had a 7-week preview, which is very long for a preview period, but it was awesome because we really got to fix everything we wanted to. We had enough time, and we did that show many different ways by the time we opened it, and it was neat because you think when you do a revival, like what are you going to do? Right. We did a lot, and it was so wonderful that the Rodgers and Hammerstein organization let us have that freedom. There were certain lines or things that I just would say, can we try this without this one thing? I think it'll work. And Jack was so great about saying, okay, let's do it. And so that was awesome to kind of get to be a part of crafting what we made it. And the other thing that was really cool is when we did a workshop of this last fall, Joshua and Alex were both in Hamilton, in LA and Chicago, and they would fly back and forth every week to rehearse with us. Wow. And so on the weekends, we'd always do like stuff they weren't in, and then they'd fly in on Monday and be all bleary-eyed and rehearse with us all week.
You've
and
been
they
with
were
Carousel
just
for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really they were just incredible. Yeah. So it's really been the past year. I found out just about a year ago that I was doing it. So it's been a year of Carrie and Carousel, and it's been awesome. But I'm also, I'm excited about, wrapping up this chapter and seeing, what's next.
I can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah.
I apologize to all the fans who are submitting questions because I could talk about Carousel to Lindsay forever. Hey, Caitlin, what kind of questions are happening out there?
Sure thing. I really like this one. David asks, how do you meld traditional material with a contemporary interpretation?
Wow. Well, I think that just because I am a human being in 2018, it is a contemporary interpretation, right? Yeah. Because I'm not looking at it, as much research as I can do about an late 1800s mill girl, I can read, but what's going to come out of me naturally is going to be, going to have that flavor. So I don't really think about adapting something that'll be contemporary. I just do my research and let it kind of flow how I read it, and to me that is what it ends up being. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. A lot of people are asking, since you have been doing Carousel for a really long time, do you ever still take dance classes or take singing lessons, or what is that like? How do you balance
upkeep
that life?
Oh, the old upkeep of the body, eh? I do. I like to take. I still take voice with my teacher, and I think especially now that I'm wrapping up the run, I will get back into more class. It's hard. This season really shocked me how busy they make you when you're in a new show and nominated
and all that,
and all of the press and all of the activities. I was
a vlog.
Yes, doing a vlog, teaching. So and also then I have a husband and dog who want to see me sometimes. So I have found it difficult to kind of maintain all parts of my life. But I always believe we're always studying, and I will definitely continue to do so. Yeah.
Love that. What is one thing that Carrie has taught you?
She's taught me so many things. I'd say my favorite thing about Carrie is she just always goes for it, no matter what. And I love that about her, and I want to go for it more in my life. Go for what I want.
Okay, this is kind of a sad one. What
Oh dear.
aspect of Carousel do you think you're going to miss the most?
Oh, definitely the thing I'll miss the most is the company. Just getting to see them every day. We just spend so much time together, and I will really miss getting to see them every day. I know we'll all see each other, but it's never the same once you're not in that same building every day. So that's going to be the toughest part is saying goodbye to them. That's always the toughest part. When I was like 6 years old and did my first show ever, I remember like when it closed, I just like sobbed my head off for like days. My mom was like, I don't know if like she can do this 'cause it's like too hard for her.
Yeah.
And then you figure out that you make those people your family. You have to trust them and be totally open. And then that chapter closes and you say goodbye to it. And there is a mourning period always to it. And so that'll be the toughest for me.
Yeah.
What now that you are a Tony winner? I just like bringing it up. Where do you want to do with your career? I mean, do you have? I'm sure people ask you.
Hi.
Like, let's say I had $20 million, and I was
Sure.
like, "What do you want to do next, Lindsay?" I don't know. Like, what do you think that way? Or are you just getting through the run of the show, or what are the bigger sort of dreams here?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think as soon as you leaving a show, especially after like this, about a year of working on something, I don't immediately think like, oh, I want to dive into another process. Like this has been so wonderful, and I've had such a great experience, and I want to like let it like digest on me for a second, and go back to teaching and doing. I have a lot of concerts scheduled and things like that, and that I'm looking forward to. I want to delve a little bit more into TV and film. Yeah. That's just something that scares me, and I've done well with things that scare me, so I'm going to lean in that direction a little bit more.
Cool.
But as far as theater, I'd love to do another play. I'd love to not sing again on Broadway. That was fun.
Significant Other, by the way, that was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. But and then musicals, I don't know. I would. There's a lot of shows I would love to do. Whether people want to see them, that's another thing entirely.
Is there anything that you think would be sort of like that you'd be an unexpected choice, like a classic where you'd like, oh no, I want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Jewish and I would like to do Funny Girl.
Oh, I'm into that.
But
I'm into it.
Or and also I would love to look at Annie Get Your Gun. But but I don't know. I mean. Yeah. I'm also just like, when you say those things out loud, I mean, it's a those are big jobs to wrap my head around. So,
You know what I saw when you started talking? I just saw you as Mama Rose in 20 years.
Oh, well, that's definitely happening. There's no question about that. Yeah. That's down the pipe.
That's gonna be amazing. I saw the whole thing in my head.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
I
good.
had a dream.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like if I can just like follow Patty and Bernadette. I'm gonna be good. Yeah, those are anything that they've done. I would love to do.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I just want you kind of already said this, but anyone out there who hasn't seen Carousel, go and experience the show. I don't know when it's going to be on Broadway again.
Yeah.
And just go and sort of like soak in the music and just see these amazing performers you love do this classic piece.
I always say when I'm watching it or when I was in rehearsal, I just thought this is what I dreamt Broadway would be, but like I've never been a part of something like that. That's just like it is
so grand.
It's so grand. Yeah. And it's not to be missed. I do believe that, and thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I'll be back at the Imperial Theater. I'll be the one sobbing.
You'll see Paul in a puddle.
Hopefully on the aisle.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you, as
Everyone,
always.
September 16th is the last chance to see Carousel. And keep following this lovely lady. Actor Therapy.
NYC.
NYC.com for more information on that. And thank you again.
Of course.
All right. As always. Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can catch all of our interviews that are in a podcast version by going to wherever you listen to podcasts, typing in hashtag live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button so you stay up to date on all the Broadway news and interviews. Be sure to tune in on Monday when we talk to Mary Lou Henner of Getting the Band Back Together.